Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the really fascinating mechanics of tarot. If you've ever been curious about the history, or maybe just the real practical utility behind these cards, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to completely demystify how tarot actually works, and we're breaking the whole thing down step by step.
Right off the bat, we need to establish that tarot is fundamentally misunderstood by a lot of people out there. As the saying goes, every card tells a story, every story reflects a part of you. That immediately tells us something crucial. Tarot is way less about predicting some fixed, set-in-stone future, and far more about just holding up a mirror to your own inner world.
So, here is our roadmap for today. First, a welcome to tarot. Then, we'll tackle myth versus reality, decode the language of 78, break down the 5 core pillars, and finally, we'll tap into your inner wisdom. Welcome to Tarot, a timeless language. Think of tarot as this incredibly rich, timeless, symbolic language. If you look back through the centuries, moving right into the modern era, it has consistently guided seekers, philosophers, artists, you name it. At its core, it's really a practical tool used for self-discovery, deep reflection, personal growth, and making conscious decisions.
Moving on to Section 2, Myth versus Reality. Okay, it is time to shatter some of those common stereotypes we always see in movies and pop culture. The big myth? The tarot is just spooky fortune-telling, that it predicts a predetermined future and somehow controls your destiny. But the reality is actually completely different. Tarot does not make decisions for you. What it does do is offer insight into the energies, patterns, and choices that are available to you right now, in the present moment. The future isn't fixed. It's continuously shaped by your actions and your free will. Tarot simply illuminates the path, so you can move forward with a lot more awareness and confidence.
Section 3. The language of 78.
A standard deck consists of exactly 78 cards, no more, no less. And this specific number is absolutely key to the entire framework and history of the system. When you put them all together, these 78 cards act as a comprehensive visual map of life's journey. Every single card represents something specific. We're talking universal human experiences, deeply felt emotions, inevitable challenges, sudden opportunities, and those big, overarching life lessons. By laying them out, they basically help you understand exactly where you are, what influences are surrounding you, and what possibilities are lying ahead.
The absolutely crucial point here is your approach. Whether it's literally your first time picking up a deck or you're a seasoned reader, you have to approach the cards with curiosity, not expectation. You want to keep your mind and heart wide open. Why? Because tarot doesn't reveal a predetermined future, it reveals the wisdom that is already waiting within you. The more open you are, the more meaningful those messages become.
All right, Section 4, the 5 core pillars. Let's get real for a second and strip away all the superstition. Tarot is not magic. The physical cards themselves hold absolutely no power. It's just ink on paper. Instead, they act as a mirror, a language, and a guide that actually works through you. When you shuffle the deck and ask a question, you're inviting your higher wisdom to communicate through a beautiful combination of universal laws.
And there are 5 specific principles that make tarot such a powerful tool. Those are energy, intuition, symbolism, archetypes, and synchronicity. We are going to break down each of these 5 pillars step by step right now so you can understand the exact mechanisms at play during a reading.
First up, we have energy. The basic premise here is that everything in the universe is energy, and that includes our thoughts, our emotions, the people around us, and the situations we're in. Tarot acts like a reflective surface. The cards pick up on the specific energy of the question being asked, the person reading them, and the situation at hand, and then they reflect those energies right back to you in symbolic form.
Number 2 is intuition, your inner knowing. The cards rely entirely on your intuition to translate their messages. In fact, tarot actively strengthens your intuitive abilities by teaching you to trust those very first impressions, those gut feelings and sudden insights that pop up when you turn over a card. Intuition is the literal key that unlocks the true meaning.
Pillar number 3 is symbolism. Every single card is incredibly rich with symbols, specific colors, figures, numbers, and elemental signs. And these aren't just random drawings. They speak a universal language that bypasses our rigid logical brains and connects directly with the subconscious mind. These symbols act as a bridge. They help your conscious mind understand what your heart already knows.
Fourth, the cards rely heavily on archetypes. Now, these are the timeless patterns of human experience that exist across literally all cultures and eras. Think of figures like the Fool, the Lover, the Warrior, the Teacher, or the Healer. By utilizing these universally recognized archetypes, Tarot reflects the human journey in a way that anyone, from any background, can instantly recognize and relate to their own life.
And the final pillar is synchronicity. This is the whole concept of a meaningful alignment between your inner world and the external world. Pulling the exact right card at the exact right time. It's not just a mere coincidence. That is synchronicity in action. You ask a question, and the universe answers through perfect timing.
Which brings us to Section 5, your inner wisdom. Ultimately, what we're talking about here is a beautifully balanced system. The cards serve as the tool. They offer the insight and provide the symbolism. But you are the true interpreter. The cards only reflect. You have to pull the meaning together, and that requires trust, openness, and clarity. It's a true partnership between you, your higher self, and the universe. And importantly, the more you practice working with this language, the stronger your connection and understanding will actually become.
So as you move forward, I want you to consider a few things. How do you feel when you open your deck? What messages is your intuition trying to share with you today? But more importantly, if these 78 cards truly contain every facet of the human experience, what story are you currently writing for yourself? The mirror is waiting. Are you ready to look? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and remember to keep trusting your inner wisdom.